every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Lall Show, only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Hours 20 in Guyana. Good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in to Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference. It is Friday, May 12th, 2023, and you're just about joining the Lall Show. Tell it as it is now. Mr. Lall had a long walk today, approximately 14 miles. And he's here sitting with us this Friday evening. I don't know if he's going to talk about a drink or a really long nap later on, but Mr. Lall, good evening. And thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Namaste to you, Kevin, Raj. To all the wonderful listeners, namaste. Coming to the office just now, Kevin. Walking into the office, the staff told me I look like a white man. Yes, they tell me I look like Routledge, the Exxon king in Guyana. Do I look like that?
I can see it now.
Walking in that sun. Yesterday, four hours in the rain. Wow. Today, all day in the sun. Non-stop. 9 days straight. Walking 5, 6, 7 hours. Ain't easy, brother. Ain't easy. I don't know where Ray Dagger is getting that energy from. Kevin, I think the guy is stronger and younger than you and Raj put together. You give the man a chance. The man looked like he would walk from end to end of Guyana non-stop.
And I was looking at some videos. He wasn't slowing down.
No, the man doesn't know how to slow down.
He was going at one pace, which is pretty cool.
You know, and I learned so much on this walk, you know. He walks without eating anything. You know, breakfast and that's it. When we finish 2:30, quarter to 3, that's it. Then we go and find something to eat anywhere and anything. 2 days he didn't eat anything. He said, man, he going home. I said, brother, you try there. I gotta get something to eat. If not, I'll probably fall down. Just kidding. You know, it's a beautiful gesture, and I only wish the Guyanese people eyes are opening and they're waking up. Uncle and Auntie, namaste again. We are in danger. We are in danger. Every Guyanese at present stands to lose our entire future with not a single cent in store or a guarantee to put back clothes on our naked bodies. You know, Kevin, this morning, I don't know how I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, and I did that TikTok before I went out and walk that you played just before the program. Man, I don't know how I could have done it, but I did it. But we are in danger in this land. We are heading into a disaster. We are facing a calamity of immense proportions we never dreamed of. We are sitting on a ticking time bomb, and both the PPP and the PNC, for whatever reason, is turning a blind eye and a deaf ear to this most grave situation we find ourselves in. I have said, Uncle, umpteen times, the most important thing in our lives is protection. And if we don't have that, then we are left at the mercy of God Almighty. If we can't walk the streets in peace, live in our homes in peace, then our very existence is threatened. I don't have to explain more on that to you people. No. You know when you are left vulnerable, when you are helpless, you can only pray to God Almighty to keep you safe as the days go by. Protection, uncle, protection, auntie, is something no citizen in a country should have to ask a government for, much less beg for. It is the right and the duty of the government and the security forces to protect every citizen. That is why we elected a government. That is why we pay our taxes. Uncle and auntie, we do so in order for the state to protect us. Governments all over the world go to the extreme ends to protect and safeguard their citizens. That is the first and foremost priority in governments. Citizens in a country depend on, ask for, and live for protection. When a state cannot provide protection to their citizens, then the citizens may be forced to take action, and that can lead to anarchy in a country. And no one wants that. We haven't reached that stage as yet, uncle. But I can remind some of you of the Buxton mayhem that took place years ago. That was an eye-opener to this entire country. We haven't had any other situation like that for a longest while. Yes, we haven't had something like that for the longest while in this country. And I hope and pray that Guyana never returns to that situation in the future. Uncle, if you think the Buxton madness that went on back in the days was reason to be concerned about or be afraid of, you people have to think again. What I am witnessing unfolding before our eyes today will have dire implications for Guyana and all the citizens of this country. I confess that I don't have the solution, but I know the signs, and I am seeing the playbook opening right before our eyes with ExxonMobil, our government and the opposition. Uncle, this oil development that Guyana has embarked on since 2015 is one of the most dangerous and deadly business one can ever imagine in a country. Without full protection, this development threatens the safety of every one of us and future generations. Auntie, it does not matter how much money we have or how much money we working for. Without protection, we are all doomed in this country. And no amount of royalties or profit sharing from that oil operation will or can save us when an oil spill happens out there. Our safety and protection must be priority above any cash. Yes, any amount of money. Let me repeat, Uncle. Safety and protection first before any amount of cash. Hope I have made it quite clear in your ears tonight with what lies ahead of us in this oil business. The kind of fire we are dealing with in Guyana at this present moment, without any protection whatsoever. Man, Uncle, you don't want to dream, you don't want to think, you don't want to hear what can become of us. I say without any protection whatsoever, Uncle. Wow. I say without any protection, Uncle, because we Vice President telling we about 600 million insurance policies these gangsters handed to Guyana is no protection, is non-protection whatsoever, Uncle. I want to explain this thing tonight to all of you. First, I want to let you know that the oil operation going on out there can make us all paupers overnight. This is not kick down door bandits where gunmen barge into your homes in the wee hours of the morning, break open your safe or your wardrobe and empty it. No. This oil sector can wipe out this entire country with one single oil spill or accident offshore. It can leave you, the citizens, without clothes to wear and food to eat. You may say that Guyana has plenty food. I think I'm hearing some of you talking that in your mind, in your living room as you're listening to me tonight. Yes, Guyana got plenty food. But when an oil gets into the waterways, it will destroy all the productive lands in this country. It will contaminate the water, which so many of us depend on to drink, to bathe, to wash and clean our homes. Yes, to use to water our gardens and farms. Yes, Uncle, when that hit the waterways, what is going to happen? Any one of you could tell me what's going to happen? Yes, only a spill can make that happen. Where will you get water to satisfy your basic needs? Tell me. Answer me. Or ask Barajagde or President Alia Norton. Where will we get water to satisfy our basic needs? What will become of our agricultural sector? Oh, we should ask the Minister of Agriculture that question. Uncle, these are the calamities that will face us when an oil spill occurs. Let me repeat, no amount of money you are set to get from the oil companies will be able to help you and your children. Not if, but when an oil spill reaches our foreshores. Not when we stand up and see the fishes, yes, the fishes and birds dying in front of our eyes. Not when the Georgetown seashore, yes, the same seashore becomes a large expanse of silt. Yes, they call it mush. Grimy oil surface, which will find itself into our rivers. Yes, drainage and irrigation channels. No. You wouldn't want to dream. You wouldn't want to even look at what you will have to put up with when that happens. It has happened in many countries across this country. Uncle, protection, full protection is the number one priority for all of us. Every oil producing country demands that they are fully protected against any devastation. Yes, any destruction, any calamity. Yes, they demand full protection. British Oil Company, BP, British Petroleum, has already spent over 145 billion American dollar since 2010 to now for an oil spill that happened in the US, the Gulf of Mexico. Yes. All because the US demanded that the British Oil Company sign that document guaranteeing the country and its people, yes, to take care of any damages or destruction caused above and beyond the insurance policy granted to them. Yes, BP had to spend that money, and BP still spending that money because America demanded with their law that the oil company sign that parent company guarantee. Hadn't they signed that, BP could have walked away from the United States and leave the US having to spend all that 145 billion American dollars to clean up, and money still spending on to this day. Some African oil producing countries, man, with their corrupt leaders did not get that kind of protection, and many countries and their citizens were left to punish. I don't have time to name them. You guys can Google and see what happens to many of them. Let's get going with my own country, our own country called Guyana. Yes, enough have been said for the last 8 years about full protection from Exxon and their partners. I want tonight to summarize this thing in the simplest of ways so that you people understand the danger that lies ahead for all of us without having that full protection from an oil spill. Let me give it to you step by step. Yes, so you understand where we were, where we are, and where we are heading. I want you guys to get a full picture of where they're taking Guyana and all of us. Thank you, Miss Mortley, for the tea. Tastes nice. Here we go. The coalition government allowed ExxonMobil and partners to begin pumping oil in Liza 1 without any full protection, which the law and the permit requires. Am I clear? That same coalition government allowed ExxonMobil to pump oil in Liza 2 again without that full protection that is required by the EPA permit. The EPA is the Environmental Protection Agency, uncle. You hear it? It's by name and nature. Environmental Protection Agency. They are supposed to be protecting all of us. They did not with Liza 1 and 2. The excuse the EPA give Guyana was that Exxon parent company promised to sign the document to protect Guyana within a reasonable time frame. Uncle and auntie, 2 years passed and Exxon parent company never signed, never send anything back to the EPA to fully protect Guyana. You gotta laugh when you hear these stories, eh? You have an oil spill there now from any one of the 2 Lizas. God help you and God help me and our children. We are at the mercy of the Most High as I am speaking here and as you are listening to me. So make sure you pray tonight before you go to bed that an oil spill doesn't happen. Yes. Done with the coalition. Yes. Now listen what happened. Them left all of us in this septic tank with only our nose tip floating. Now, uncle, you may want to ask why Exxon parent company didn't sign that document. Let me tell you this. If you know you can turn a papa overnight signing such a document, would you sign it? Knowing that you're dealing with stupid, gullible, incompetent, and or corrupt leaders. Nah, man. You would whine your way out. Yes, you would whine your way out of signing such a document if you know you're going to go broke giving Guyana such a document. Of course, I think if I find myself in such a situation, I may not even want to sign to. Because if you're stupid and don't demand what the law requires, then you're not asking for it, then what do I do? Business people are in business to make money. And they don't care about any danger. They will take your thing and go. Whatever disaster happen, you will deal with that. Yes. I get where you gotta get. Take what you gotta take. And should there be a disaster, man, beat out as fast as you can. Yes. That's the game ExxonMobil playing with Guyana. That's the situation the coalition government left Guyana with when they approved Liza 1 and 2 permits. Now let's move to the PPP government. When Jagdev came in, he said he would correct and fix every wrong the coalition did if his party is to get back into office. Uncle, this man knew fully well the danger Guyana sits with Liza 1 and Liza 2 without that full protection. This man went ahead. No, listen to me carefully. This man know the danger Guyana sit with Liza 1 and 2 without full protection. He went ahead and approved Liza 3. Liza 3. And left us in the same dilemma the coalition put we in. And when you ask him about that full protection, he said They are working on it. Yes. At several press conferences, he take Guyana around the moon, the sun, and the earth when that question was put to him. He took us to a 600 million insurance policy. He took us to, if that's not enough, we can sell Exxon assets. He took us to the 600 million, then he took us to, if that's not going to do, we can sell Exxon assets. What assets will we sell? What assets Exxon has? Yes. And who will buy it? Uncle and auntie, them ship out there, Exxon doesn't own it. Them rigs out there, Exxon doesn't own it. Those things are rented. They're leased to Guyana and ExxonMobil. Exxon doesn't have any assets anywhere. Maybe Mr. Jagdev is talking about the pipe we're pulling up the aisle. We can take that and sell that for run water in our house. Jagdev should show us the assets Exxon have out there. Everything is borrow money and everything is rented from other countries and other places. They don't have any assets. Yes, any assets that Lall know about. And I don't know how we're going to get out this mess we find ourselves in. What Lall know is, God forbid an oil spill occurs out there, Jagdev will pick up his bag, and if he has a private jet, he will beat out the same way the oil companies will beat out this land and left all of us to suffer. Guyana still awaits the same full protection that is required by the permit he granted for that third leaser, which is Payara. You guys got to keep your head on with these things, you know. You guys will be hearing about Lisa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if it is approved for the rest of your life, because everything surrounds the Lisas. And you got to pay attention to them. Lisa 1 and 2, the coalition granted. Jagdev know that we weren't protected. He gonna grant Lisa 3 without no protection again. Like I said, he was dancing right, dancing left. He was whining up and down whenever the question of full protection from the oil companies is raised with him. Man, auntie, Jagdev went and approved the fourth project. I remember doing a program saying that the third project would have been the grandmother of all evil. I tell you earlier, the fourth project would have become the grandfather of all evil. Y'all listen back to some of the old programs and you will hear how I went in depth to explain these projects Jagdev approving without not only protection but without getting any other a blind scent from them. Yes. He approved the fourth project again without that full protection that is required from Exxon parent company by the permit. This time around, when questioned, he said he's looking for a parent guarantee for up to $2 billion. Yes. Not full protection that the permit is required. He put a figure for ExxonMobil up to $2 billion. This is the leader. This is the man who wanted a third term and telling me at the time I must support him. He got a lot of energy, he said, and only he knows how to move Guyana forward. Yes, he had told me that. This is the game, uncle. Both the coalition and the PPP playing with our lives and livelihood in this country. The most important thing, both coalition and the PPP playing with matches and gasoline on our beds in a fully grilled house that we cannot get out of when a fire starts. This is the game they got we in. I want you guys to listen a little more. Last week, Jagdev went ahead and approved the 5th project like a thief in the night or a thief in the day with the same EPA permit that requires full protection and telling us, hear this one, and telling us within 30 days Exxon will give us the parent company guarantee. That 5th project, like I said, was done like a thief in the night and gangsterism in the city. Yes. No press conference, no public ceremony. Neither Jagdev nor President Ali was there to sign the largest investment Guyana has ever seen. How you guys like that? That 5th project is 12.7 billion American dollars, 4 times Guyana debt, or 4 years of Guyana budget was approved with a promise protection. Let me repeat, man. Let me repeat what I said there so you don't forget. That 5th project was approved with a promised protection. All this is happening in this country. Yep. And every jackman is silent. As for the opposition, I don't know where they are. They're holding press conferences and talking about local government elections, problems with GCOM, people squatting, who na get kicked out the house. Yes. Racism. PPP. Everything the coalition or the PNC holding press conference and talking about, except oil. Yeah, man, except oil. What the whole world talking about? You leaders talking about everything under the sun except oil. This is the game. Both PNC and the PPP playing with our lives and livelihood in this country. I keep repeating this thing. I am knocking this thing in your ears for you people to understand the danger you're living in. The PNC soak the mattress with gasoline and give the children matches to play with. The PPP go in with a promise to fix and correct it. Instead, them pour more gasoline on the mattress and they throw gasoline all over the house and they give the children lighter to play with in the house. Yes. That is the situation Guyana finds itself in with ExxonMobil. The whole house is fully grilled. The doors are padlocked from outside. You hear that? From outside with big padlocks. And ExxonMobil children standing outside the house, playing outside without the keys in their hands to open the door, yes, to save us from this burning building. Wow. That's where we are. That's where the whole country is sitting. In a building fully grilled and padlocked from outside. And ExxonMobil children, yes, doesn't have the key for open it. Here the twist to all the rigmarole and danger both the opposition and the government put us in. 2 citizens, Fred Collins and Godfrey White had to move to the courts seeking full protection for the Guyanese people and themselves. You hear that, uncle? 2 Guyanese. Something what the PPP and the coalition can't give you. Yes, those 2 men, along with 2 fantastic lawyers, Malinda Janki and Sina Jairam of Trinidad, had to come to our rescue. I think I spoke a little about that, so I'm not going to get into it. That matter was heard by Justice Sandil Kisoon, in which he ruled that Exxon Parent Company is required by law to give us that document, taking on full responsibility of any and all damages and destruction caused during and after the oil operations. Yeah, man. I think I have told you people a lot of the judge's decision. I even told you people, Guyana should say a prayer for that judge who did what the entire coalition government, when they were in office, and now the PPP government in office, can't do for Guyana and its citizens. Uncle and auntie, lo and behold, the very night after the judge's ruling, yes, our loving and caring Vice President, who have been saying how Guyana will get the parent company guarantee all these years, came out with a statement and said he is appealing the judge's decision. Exxon didn't say a word about appealing the judgment, but Jagdev instructed his Attorney General Anil Nandalal to appeal the matter. Before this loving Vice President uphold the protection Justice Kisoon gave Guyana and the region, this loving, caring Bara Jagdeo going to appeal it. Exxon, uncle, 2 days after, put out a statement saying that the judge didn't take into account their financial capabilities when he made his decision or his ruling. Oh, that's all them said to the judge and to Guyana, that they are rich. Well, auntie, well, uncle, if Exxon is so rich, it shouldn't be hard for them to sign that document and hand the judge or the EPA or hand Jagdeo. Not true, brother? Yeah, man. Yeah. If you boasting that you rich, then put your money where your mouth there. Yes. And the sequence continues, uncle. Hear what the opposition had to say. Out of nowhere, they jump in to get headlines, to look as if they care for the Guyanese people now. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. They haven't said anything. Jagdev approving. He approved Lisa 3, Lisa 4 and Lisa 5 and haven't said anything that he didn't secure insurance for the Guyanese people. Yes. But now, the judge ruled they weren't pushing them out for their headlines to show you that them care. Yes. They say how they support the judge's decision and calling on the government to uphold Justice Kisoon's ruling. Oh boy. Oh, Papa. Like I said all these years, they didn't get full protection. they come out of office, didn't see it fit to move to the courts to get the protection the country, yes, the country and all we need. Let me don't say, the Guyanese people, yes, the Guyanese people, I don't think they need to see more with their hands or their fingers or their votes. Uncle and auntie, man, when two citizens, Collins and White, took it upon themselves as two caring citizens and won, the coalition jump in. Them jump in the fray. Them even want to join the team to fight the appeal with Collins and White. How you like that? They weren't in the case. They didn't see it fit to file a court action against Exxon for not giving the government to protection. Them two men win. Now they're pushing themselves inside. They're squeezing themselves inside. They want to join with the appeal. Elections coming, huh? Yeah, man. Are you going to stay on your fingers for these loving and caring parasites? Yes. They want to jump in the fray. Last night, I was chatting with someone very close to the lawyers, and they said to me, Glenn, those two lawyers who have taken on that case would never, ever, ever sit in any courtroom with any one of these parasites parading themselves as politicians in this country to fight an appeal. So, Mr. Norton and the coalition, Ramjatan, I don't go in there. The people don't want you. I was even told, and I think I know this, the lawyers' fees that Collins and White have to pay them lawyers. Man, uncle, them two men may have to go take a big loan from the bank. But I was told in the grapevine, those two lawyers did a freebie. Yes. The two lawyers are not charging them any money. Wow. Thank you, guys. I am saying thank you to both of you. On behalf of all the Guyanese people. It was a good fight, and you guys won a beautiful case for every citizen, down to our unborn children. And I know, in the appeal we will win again. Yes. The same Melinda Janki, uncle, went to court before, yes, in another case, and get the judge to rescind the 20-year permit granted to ExxonMobil by the coalition government. Yes, she got a judge. She took it. She took what the coalition government did with ExxonMobil to court and get the judge to rescind the 20-year permit back to the lawful 5-year. That was the first win for all Guyana. Thank you again, Melinda. Yes. And poor Jagdeo doesn't have one good word for say about that fine or fantastic woman. Yes. Anything good anybody do in this country for Guyana or the citizens, man, you hear the worst coming out from Barra Jagdeo's mouth to them. At least the coalition government didn't say nothing. Melinda, Melinda Janki, uncle and auntie, she also won another case with Slumberjay at Houston, in which they are dealing with hazardous materials being used in the oil operations out there. So it's 3 cases she has won for every citizen in this country. Yes. What a coalition government and the PPP government can do for you, that single woman, Melinda Janki, she's from Berbice, she did it for Guyana. That's a true hero for this land. Ready, able and willing, without a penny, to fight for this country. Yes. I don't recall if I tell you she was born in Berbice, left Guyana as a child, lived in England for almost all her life, but loves Guyana more than many of these parasites we have here. Yes, that's a patriot. That's a patriot, Bara Jagdeo. Enough of that, let's move on. Ray Daggers, 65-year-old man, walking from Molson Creek to Berbice, in Berbice, to charity on the Essequibo coast. I was with him from the beginning, and I will be with him to the end. Yesterday, we ended at Sheriff Street, and today we moved from Sheriff Street straight to the Demerara Harbour Bridge, on to the west coast. Yes, west coast of Demerara, and ended at Windsor Forest. Tomorrow, we pick up from there. Hopefully we hit Parika, and then Sunday morning, yes, from Supanam, heading to Charity along the Essequibo coast. You guys can join us if you so love your country and your future. If you love the PNC and the PPP, just stay in your home and peep us through the window. We will fight for you too, because Glenn Lall, Ray Daggers, all those men and women you see in the streets, they also love every one of you. Jagdeo get Anil Nandalal and the EPA to appeal the judge's decision. Man, I can't fathom this thing. I just can't imagine. I can't think. Sometimes I can't think straight when I remember this thing. Yesterday, hear this, uncle. Yesterday, they had a private hearing in the judge's chambers. Yes, on the appeal. Afterwards, we learned that EEPGL, you got to listen to this thing carefully, uncle. We learned that EEPGL, which is the child of Exxon, yes, the child of Exxon and the government of Guyana have applied to be added to fight against Justice Kissoon's decision. I don't think you understand what I said there. I will repeat it. The child of ExxonMobil and the government, them asked the judge to join in the appeal to fight against Justice Kissoon's decision. So now, it's not only the EPA appealing Justice Kissoon's decision. The government, along with Exxon Child, is asking to join in the case to fight the judge's ruling. This is Guyana, beautiful Guyana. This is independent and free. I know it's independent, I don't know how free it is. Maybe it's free for the foreigners in this land. It's free for Exxon. Uncle and Auntie, this gonna be a showdown in Guyana. It will be a showdown. My God. My God. Cousin. Oh. Papa. The state agency, EPA, and the government was supposed to be upholding their own judge's decision is now ganging up with ExxonMobil to fight against a ruling that's supposed to protect the Guyanese people. Oh, I hope some of you laughing just like me here. Let me give you guys a synopsis of what the EPA is telling the court in its appeal to have the decision reversed. Uncle, the EPA said how they consulted experts from the US, England, China, and Brazil. And the people tell them they don't have anything like unlimited financial parent guarantee. Imagine the EPA looking for people, foreigners, to fight against the very words in the permit they issue to ExxonMobil child. You see that? Them are called China and US and Brazil to find out. Yes. Them even go as far to say that the experts they consulted said that Guyana should accept the $600 million Exxon give we as an insurance policy. Oh boy. Oh. Oh. And if there costs beyond that, uncle, yes, they say if there costs beyond that, Guyana got to make do with the $2 billion what Jack Dale say he can get as a guarantee. The cost, uncle, to clean up an oil spill, you hear me? Depends on how many barrels of oil spill. Man, from as low as 20 billion US to 145 billion US. And them this a tell we about 2 billion guarantee. Yes. That them run and go and show the judge. Yes, 2 billion. They show the judge the 2 billion guarantee, and that document was not even signed on to. Oh boy. Wow. These people could mean good for Guyana. They mean good for Guyana. Wow. These people looking out for we. They're looking out for our best interests. These are questions Glenn Lall don't have answers for. You guys will have to answer them. You guys will have to answer them at the ballot box with your toes or your ears. There's a saying, when you can't hear, you just feel. The whole Africa and Asia is seeing and feeling what the leaders they were so much in love with have them in today. Yes, right now they're feeling it. They're smelling it, they're tasting it, they're drinking it. What the leaders put them in. It's the same thing happening here. The EPA also telling the judge that if the court does not reverse the protection granted to us by Justice Kissoon, Guyana stands to lose billions of dollars from Liza 1 and 2 operations. If this new judge, if this new judge doesn't reverse Justice Kisun decision, Guyana gonna lose billions. Yes. Guyana dollar billions. Man, these leaders are sick. They gotta be out their head. They gotta be smoking something, uncle and auntie, that we never hear or never know. Or they got to be well paid while we are being well played to tell this nation that Guyana gonna lose, yes, lose the crumbs, not protecting the Guyanese people. You guys could believe these things you're hearing? I myself could not believe. If they didn't file these documents, I could not have been speaking, telling you these things. That is what the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency of Guyana, hear that? Protection Agency, supposed to be protecting Guyana and all of us, is telling the judge in the appeal court, if he don't reverse Justice Kisun's decision, we gonna lose billions. Uncle, I see Transparency International, Guyana head, file a cross appeal against EPA. I was so happy. I was so happy when I see that. Yes. These people, these private citizens are doing what our opposition should have been doing. Yes. What the government should have been doing. But instead, the government gone and joined EPA for appeal the judge's decision. How you like that? This loving opposition that you all going and staying on your fingers for. Yes. That has all these lawyers in their party. Yes. Them just run to the court for everything else under the sun and under the moon. But when it comes to protecting the citizens from ExxonMobil, it's like you interfere with them. Yes, like you're interfering with them. Their pocket. Yes. I only wish if I could have found lawyers to also file a cross appeal against the government, Exxon and EPA. Because all three of them, I pass us in this land. ExxonMobil fetching out we oil in the US billions, throwing crumbs at us. And the government and the EPA don't want to protect the people who own these billions? Eh? Nah, man. No, this can't be right. This can't be right. How can this ever be? I try my best. I wish I had gone to the university so that I can answer these questions coming out from my own mouth as to what's taking place in this land. But I think some of you have the answers. The telephone lines will open for you just now. You're going to help me to give me some answers. Yesterday, the PNC had a press conference and not a word on oil. Not a single word on oil. Yesterday, when we were walking from East Coast to Sheriff Street, Jagdeo, yes, the vice president, also had a press conference at Freedom House again. Yes. 6 press conference within 6 weeks. Yeah. Talk on party matters and nothing about oil. All two of them talking about elections, selections, and rejections of the judge's ruling. Absolutely nothing about this US $1 trillion oil sector that is on every war leader tongue. Wow. Wow. When it comes to our world-class leaders, when it comes to their tongues, you hear nothing about oil. Yes. And you know why? You know why, Auntie? Because we're getting nothing. And you guys will live with the nothing for the remaining. Oh boy, this thing is sick. Elections coming next month. Prepare your fingers or prepare your toes. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see some of you. I'll see some of you in Essequibo if you want to see me. Mother's Day is Sunday. I will be walking through the Essequibo coast with radaggers, fighting for all the mothers. I will dedicate my walk on that day for all the mothers in Guyana. Hoping that Exxon and their shareholders protect the mothers of this country, not only with that parent company guarantee, but also a better deal out of those mothers' wealth. It belongs to them. How can you guys be so heartless? Your wives, your sisters, your daughters, your aunts, and your mothers can enjoy the fruits of life on Mother's Day by cheating the Guyanese mothers of their right to a beautiful Mother's Day out of their own resources. How can this be right? How can this be? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers right across this country. And happy Mother's Day to all the Exxon shareholders and the Exxon family. Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. It broke my heart. It touched my soul when minibus drivers pulling out $1,000 and $2,000 to hand us during that walk from Berbice to Georgetown. A lovely lady named Usha from Maikoni came with a taxi to give us $15,000. She must have spent $5,000 to meet us up to give us $15,000. Another lovely lady from Buxton run down she step and handed we, I think it's $2,000 or $3,000. I don't remember exact. I can't even find words to describe how I felt watching them as they give us that money with love. One business person handed us $10,000, all in appreciation for what we are doing, fighting for a change of this bare-faced oil contract. The government and the opposition, along with ExxonMobil bind us to. The one and two others that helped us that I can't recall. I want to say thank you to. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's all I can say. Thank you. The gesture was moving and also inspiring. To all those people who walked with us from Berbice to wherever, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Ray Daggers said thank you. I want to say a special thank you to all the mothers, especially the elderly who walked in that hot sun, yes, and through the rain in support of what we are doing. Oh boy. To all the mothers who walked with us and who stretched their hands and give us that little they had to encourage us, that inspired us, that gave us the strength and courage. Man, I have a special gift at the Kaieteur News for all of you. Each one of you have an envelope here that I will leave with Joshua or Miss Mortley for you to come and pick up. I am putting in each one of those envelopes $25,000. Yes. That's my Mother's Day gift to all of you. Yes. Your love, the support, the walk was moving, and I could not, in return, give you guys a gift on that special day, Sunday, Mother's Day. So, you guys can come and pick it up. I remember all your faces. Yes. I even remember Valerie from Melanie. Valerie, thank you, girl. Melanie walked with us. Melanie looked for us and walked with us from Melanie till to the end. She came back today and joined us to Windsor Forest. Yes. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Lennox. Lennox is vacationing from Pennsylvania. He took a bus and went up the East Coast. Yes, looking to join us. He joined us today again. Yes. These are people who understand deep within their soul what's happening in this land, and they want to fight this fight because they're Guyanese. Yes, they're Guyanese. Wow. Wow. I want you guys to come and pick up your gift. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please enjoy the weekend and enjoy Mother's Day. And remember, Martin Luther King said, if we don't learn to hold hands as brothers and sisters, we will all perish together as fools. Let us don't allow the PPP, the PNC, and ExxonMobil to divide us further for their selfish motives and their greediness. No, no. We will show them that we will stand together. We will bind together and we will succeed together. I say no more for tonight. I love you all, especially the mothers who would not be celebrating the type of Mother's Day they would love to, with all the wealth God has blessed them with. Namaste. We got time? Yeah? Before I take the first call, let me tell you, today Kaieteur News carried a story on the front page in which a former minister, Bulkan, said how unpatriotic Jagdev is to appeal the Justice Kissoon's decision. I just glanced at the headline, and all I could have done was smile and said, I always know that. He was always unpatriotic. Yes. Jagdev always look out for himself. Yes. Himself, his family and his friends. Nothing for the Guyanese people. He allowed too many wrong things in this country from day one and still got the nerve, yes, still got the nerve to tell me at a press conference, a recent press conference, how patriotic he is. You have that tape? Play it for them, let them hear it.
You can't be more patriotic or nationalistic, or not nationalistic, but more patriotic than I am. Since when you think you're more patriotic than I am?
He is patriotic. He should name something that he has done for the people of this country. Yes, just one thing that he's proud of, seeing that he's so patriotic. Everything, every money-making machine, yes, you can find, yes, you find out, uncle, all the money-making machines, you find out who hands he put it in. That's how patriotic he is. Down to the radio license, he never gave the leading media houses in this country. Kaieteur News, the biggest newspaper, he didn't give. Stabrook News, he didn't give. Channel 6 was the biggest television station at the time, he didn't give. Channel 7, Channel 9, man, so many other. Yes, he didn't give. You know why? Yes, he didn't want us to educate you. Yes, he knew he had. He knew. Had he given us a radio license, he could have never been doing the things he's doing today. He gave his family, he gave his friends and his cohorts. That's how patriotic he is. Afraid of the real media. I would never even boast about being a patriot. Yes, never. 29 years of the Kaieteur News alone speaks for who I am and what I stand for. And for the last 2.5 years with the radio license, every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday programs, yes, and all the TikToks I do every day is good enough for the world to see and know who are the real patriots of this country called Guyana. I don't know if I can honestly think of any politician in Guyana who I can say were true patriots of this land. Maybe with the exception of one and two of them who exist no more. He's a patriot. He's a patriot more than Lall. Patriot who upset over a judge's decision protecting a whole country. Uncle, he wasn't upset when Lall lost the tax case, trying to put a decent Mother's Day gift in the homes of our mothers. No, no. He didn't say a word when I lost that case. Matter of fact, this patriot, yes, his silence spoke a lot of where his heart was on that tax case I lost. I say no more. Namaste, and once again, to all the mothers, Lall love all of you. Happy Mother's Day.
All right, it is now 20 hours 34 in Guyana. You know the drill, listeners and viewers on Facebook and YouTube, and of course 99.1, 99.5 FM. The drill is 226-7453, 226-7454, 622-2222, and you'll be right on to the show.
Thank you, Kevin. I wanted to play that tape. I'm receiving one call. Let me take this call. Good evening.
Good night, Mr. Lall.
Yes, good night.
Good night, panel. Mr. Lall, this is something I want reiterate that this champion, this so-called champion of the earth, he almost turned to accept the tongue champion. No champion, no earth no more.
Thank you.
Here you come.
I see no champion of the earth. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Lall and the panel.
Yes, good evening.
I appreciate what you're saying, but then I want to make a point. My father had a diamond claim in a place called Corbrang. That is in the 80s. And you know, some men came and raided that claim, put us off of that claim, bully us. And what I'm seeing, Exxon is doing the same thing, taking advantage of us. They are bullying us, I will say, by not signing that oil spill production coverage. And the next thing, Mr. Sheardat Rampal, I never think that man not want Guyana to see that contract. I rate him now as he's pretending to be in sheep clothing, but his inside is like ravenous wolf. And many of our politicians is just that. They're pretending to be in sheep clothing, but the inside is real like ravenous wolf. I want to know what our population is doing for young children and those in the future to come by not standing up against Exxon bullyism against all Guyanese.
You see, my friend, can you please hold a moment? I am tired and I'm kind of hoarse and really tired. When I tell you I'm really tired, I've been walking 9 days, 5-6 hours a day. Listen.
I saw you.
Listen.
I follow you.
Listen.
Even though I am of age.
Yeah. Listen. ExxonMobil is not bullying Guyana. What ExxonMobil is doing, they're doing what they know. Our leaders are the people we have to blame, brother. Nobody can come in my home and take advantage of my family without my permission, brother. So what is happening in this country is that the opposition and the government is allowing Exxon to take advantage on us. So let us don't blame Exxon as if Exxon is this big bad bully. For Glen Lall, Exxon is not no big bad bully. Exxon is in my home, is in my yard, is in my land, my country. My leaders are the people I have to blast. We have to cuss. We have to fight with, not Exxon. Exxon has to give us full protection, and our government, the people who are supposed to be protecting us, is appealing the judge's decision who is protecting Guyana. You see? He is the judge, the judiciary is the fourth estate. Okay? And look what he's doing. The third estate. And look what Jagdev is doing. He didn't even wait the next day. The same night, he decided that this matter will be appealed. Now, whose interest he working in? And this is where we can't fault Exxon. If Exxon pick up the phone and say, Jagdev, you need to appeal that thing, because we are not signing anything. So you can't blame Exxon. Let's just don't fight with Exxon. Exxon is a gangster, yes. A gangster is a gangster. A gangster will rob you in the morning, kiss you during the day, and rob you in the night. He's a gangster. They're born that way. They live that way. That's their life. So why are we cussing the gangster? We got to deal with our government, with our opposition. Like I've told you yesterday, the PNC had a press conference. Jagdev had a press conference. And none out of the two of them spoke about oil. All Jagdev talked about is Justice Kissoon's decision at his party press conference. You know, we didn't send our reporters to cover him there, because he said when he holds a press conference at Freedom House, it's for party matters. We have been waiting for him to hold a press conference to deal with national issues. 6 press conferences man have. Okay? And
Yeah.
he's talking about party. So you can see that the problem is not the gangsters, the problem is our leaders, the politicians. All right?
Yeah, but then hear this. If they sign that contract, how would it affect Guyana economy? It could never affect the economy.
Now you ask a beautiful question. That's a beautiful question you asked. Jagdev is saying, and the EPA is saying, how Guyana will lose money. That's a beautiful question. This is not an insurance policy we are demanding. I want you people to understand, this is not an insurance policy in which we have to pay a premium. This is a parent company guarantee. And Jagdev is trying to kerfuffle. This is why I wanted to play this tape and explain it to the Guyanese people what he's saying. He's kerfuffling people's mind. He's mixing up parent company guarantee with an unlimited parent company guarantee with an unlimited insurance policy. Okay? There's 2 different things we're talking about here. Nobody will give us an unlimited insurance policy. Okay? Nobody will give you that. The world gives you as high as they can. Listen, this is what we will give you. We'll give you 600 million or we'll give you 800 million and you will pay a premium. That is not what is required by Guyana in the EPA permit. That is only a part of what is required in the EPA permit, insurance. The EPA permit requires a parent company guarantee to take on the cost above and beyond the 600 million that Jagdev is talking about. That is what we need. And we don't have to pay for that. I think I touched on it a little. It's like my child, my daughter, damage your house, and she give you, listen, $10 million insurance. That is what the insurance company is giving, 10 million. But you say, Glenn, that 10 million, if my house fall along, will not put it up. I want you to give me a guarantee, a signed guarantee that if my house fall along, right? If my daughter throw down your house, Glenn Lall will take care, will build back the house. That is what we want. We want a guarantee from the parent company that all the damages that happen, all the destruction that happened there, they will stand the expenses. And we don't have to pay for that. What we have to pay for, what we are paying for is the premium for the insurance policy through our oil. And that's fine. That's normal. You have a business and you take out an insurance, somebody got to pay for it. And the oil has to pay for it. As a matter of fact, we would love to have a 10 billion insurance policy if the insurance companies will give you that. But they only give you a limited amount. We are not looking for that. We understand that. We are looking for a parent company guarantee. Unlimited parent company guarantee. Don't put out $2 billion. Tell me Glenn Lall will put $2 billion. No. The man wants to know if your house fall down. It must be unlimited. You need to fix back the house the way you get it. And that's what we're asking for. But Jack Dale is spinning the thing and going around and trying to kerfuffle people's mind. When I listen to this man, I play him during the course of my walk today. And I am explaining it as we go along. Right? He's just wicked. Jack Dale is just wicked. And that has to come from ExxonMobil. Because only ExxonMobil could have come up with them kind of scheme to tell him, well, here, tell the people, confuse them. Confuse the Guyanese people. Tell them that no insurance company will give you unlimited insurance policy. Yes, we understand that. But that's not what is required by the laws of Guyana. What is required is a parent company, unlimited parent company guarantee. You get me, brother?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because here, this boy say, if you got a 2 billion insurer and say the damage caused 4.
Exactly.
You got 2 billion. What will happen? And say now Suriname come in, hey, I'll damage
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Come in,
Exactly.
damage me. And only 2 billion.
Where the other two coming from? Correct. Exactly.
Suriname, Trinidad. Anyhow, Mr. Lall, this last point. You know, Mr. Lall, all that you are talking is true, and your light will always prevail over any darkness. And you know this last thing? I would like to know who is your advisor.
What do you mean, advisor? What do you mean?
Your advisor, because a lot of things you're talking, I wanted to know is who really advising Mr. Lall.
Oh, brother, this thing is very simple. If you're a business, let me tell you, hold. Let me tell you this. What I'm saying here on this program, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, most of the business people in this country understand exactly what I'm saying. Business people understand. This is business, brother. I may have an edge over most of them because I've been in the newspaper business for 29 years. And I've been following these things. I have been reading, I have been learning, I've been looking, I've been watching, I have traveled, I have witnessed, So I have first-hand experience of these things. You understand? I see it, I live it, right? But this, what I'm telling Guyana, I believe Jack Dale doesn't know. Jack Dale doesn't know. So nobody has to advise me. You understand? It's business. I born and grow in business, bro. I grew up in Stabrook Market. I sell in the streets from From in the streets into a stall, 2-stall, 3-stall stores, everything, man. I've been in gold business. Listen, I'm born and grow in this business arena. It's not a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this thing. It's very simple. You understand? Welcome, bye.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you're in business, you understand what insurance is about. You understand? You understand about guarantee. So you don't have to have an advisor. You don't need an advisor. As a matter of fact, I would love to have an advisor. I'd like to find somebody who could really advise me. But I have some smart journalists too. They help in, they pitch in. We pool our brains together because we study the thing together. And they have been of tremendous help to me as much as I am to them. So we pool our heads together. We look at what went on, how they deal with it, and then every day we're talking with oil experts. When we don't know something, we ask them. We give them a buzz and say, "Hey, brother, could you just shed some light on this issue here?" And they will guide you. Today, just this afternoon, I call about 5 people, asking them to help one of my reporter with an issue. Because I couldn't get, I'm not finding the time with all this walk and all this. I'm not even getting time to even sleep. So I called 4 people to say, listen, sit down with this individual and guide them through this thing. But they're experts. So I said, go ahead and do it. And at the end of it all, I told the reporter, so you will sit down and talk back to me. I will fill the gap in. So we don't know everything, but as a business person, I think I know a lot, tremendously a lot. Yeah. And if we're not going to have any more calls, well, then we have a good night. Right? Let me see. We had one call. Let me just return the call. Yes, Gregory? Yes, Papa. Gregory, thank you. Gregory, you have been a staunch supporter with this walk. You're a walkman too, but you and Ray, not easy, and yes, and Nose. Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, good evening.
I must say, congratulate you on the walk, and I must say happy Mother's Day to Miss Junkie in advance for the good work.
Yes, thank you. I'll convey that greeting story.
This guy, Jagdi, is a real danger to this country. Why is it that he appeared in the case? I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
The true color, showing real true color now, and if people eyes don't open with that, I don't know what to say.
Bharat Jagde has always been like this, I have been exposing him throughout that 29 years in this newspaper, man. Every day. You just got to Google back Kaieteur News and you see everything there, what he did. You understand? But you see, I keep on saying, when these reporters write these stories, it's very difficult for you guys to pick up. And I even tell my reporters downstairs, I say, when you people write this story, I chat with people. Sometimes I ask people. I ask UG graduates. I ask lecturers to read that story and explain it to me, and they can't. They can't. As a matter of fact, I would take I do it all the time. I do it on my program all the time. I take the reporter's story and do a program. And when they read my program, they're like, oh my God, no boss. Oh my God, I never see it this way. I never think of it this way. I didn't know of it this way. So back, I grow and I learned that writings and the print media and the electronic media is completely different. Some of us grasp things faster reading. Some of us grasp it better through listening or watching. Right?
Mr. Glenn, I want to ask a question, but I don't know if you have the answer. You know, who will be the next over here and judge for the other case, for the Jagdeo appealing?
Well, the judge that is hearing the appeal is Justice Rishi Singh.
Yeah.
Rishi Singh. Why you ask that question?
No, I just asked.
No. That's a question you shouldn't ask, man. All the judges there, I believe, Glenn Lall, believe that we have judges in this country that will stand up and do the right thing for Guyana.
Because,
We have, wait, I understand where you're coming from, right? And I want to believe that it used to happen in the past, not in today's world we live in, brother. No.
a law without justice is not a law, you know, brother.
Yes, I know that. But we will get justice, man.
We will get justice.
We will get
People must have
justice.
And we will get justice.
Yes, we will. I know we will get.
We are in a fight together.
Thank you, bro.
You have a great night.
Thank you, you too. Thank you. Wait, one more call and we'll go. One more.
Voicemail service.
Oh, the gentleman called me. And come on. This is a regular call. Yeah, Gregory. Yes, it baffles you. It confuses my mind. It tears me apart to know that we have to take matters, citizens of a country has to take matters in our own hands to fight for our own right, to fight to get what the government is supposed to get for us. Good evening. Can you please slow your radio?
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I right now, I have a lot on my mind, which relates to the contract and everything that is going on right now.
Yes, I know.
Right?
I know.
Right, and the things that you've been preaching and you've been saying, right, I come and I actually see that reality that is actually happening. You understand the deceitfulness of the government.
Yeah.
Because I would have had an opportunity. They came to our community, right? And give us an opportunity to be a part of a program, which I promise a whole set of things. You understand? Good. When I promise it, they're only doing part of it. You understand? And the other part is not being fulfilled. And this is exactly what's going on right now with the contract. Because Mr. Barra Jagdeo promising, and he's saying that he's looking to get a $2 billion coverage and a $2 billion or $600 million coverage for Guyana. But really and truly, are the land around Guyana getting nothing? You understand? So they're coming to these communities and promising and saying, and take a picture and look like something happening, and really and truly at the end, nothing happening.
Well,
you understand? Nothing happening because, look, them say them spending how much money upon the road. Look the quality road we get in.
Wait. You're going too fast, brother. They're borrowing money to patch road. You're saying the thing wrong. I said the thing the right way.
Well, they're borrowing money to patch road. They're going into consolidated fund or whatever them getting these money from. Yeah. All right? But what I say, look at the quality of work that we're getting, Mr. Glenn. Every minute, every 2 minutes is some who inside the street, some this, some that. So it looks like things doing. Like with this insurance, it looked like I trying to get this money and try to get this company to pay this premium and XYZ. But I need the real wrong. Nothing really happening for the Guyanese people. You understand? Nothing really happening. So it's like a perception. They're making you try to believe something when it's not. You understand?
You're gonna get
It's
there.
bare perception.
You're gonna get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're beginning to wake up, my friend. Thank you. You're beginning to wake up. You haven't awoken us yet. You're beginning to wake up. You're beginning to wake up, and I'm happy. You know,
Well, I
walking.
you are there.
Yes, thank you.
Every
Walk.
day to educate the nation that you know to realize that they need to wake up. You understand? They need to wake up what is going on around us, because one day, you understand, when if anything should happen, you understand, we can't go back now and say, oh, we should have done this and we should have done that. We should get these things in place right now, so in case of an event that anything should happen to Mama and we are secure as Guyanese, and we would feel good and proud that knowing that if anything happened, that we could lay down and sleep, and that in the future that our children and I could lay down and sleep and know that we will be protected.
Thank
You
you.
understand? In case of anything happening.
Thank you. You know, when you guys call, I would like you guys. I prefer to answer questions rather than have this gaff. You know. I prefer you guys to ask questions, so I can see. I would try my best to see how I can fill the answers in, because this oil sector is huge. I don't know everything, and I think I got a fair understanding of some of the main issues every citizen of this country needs to know. But I need questions. The next program I have, I'd like you to write down 2-3 questions. I'd like all of you to write down 2-3 questions and shoot it so we can. And if the questions is stupid, please ask them. Please ask them, because I want the same stupid questions you have in your mind. There's the same questions many people have outside there. So we need to get it clear. And I say this because I go out walking from Berbice and I'm hearing 1, 2 chatting and gaff, and they're a little off with these things. So I would like you guys, you know, if you're in a discussion and somebody raise a point and you're not certain, you know, shoot the question to me, man. All right?
Okay, Mr. Glenn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much,
Thank you.
and continue doing what you're doing, and health and strength.
Thanks. You too.
Mr. Lall, the brother talk about roads just now. Only yesterday with the 4-hour rain, we watched all the major highways like swimming pool. All the highways in this country yesterday.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good night.
Good night.
This Glenn Lall.
Yes, Glenn Lall, yes.
Yes, I'm glad that you're talking. I was listening all the time the Japanese program was listening. But to tell the honest truth from my heart, Jalgio come back in power, PVP come back in power to take revenge after the black people in this country. And that is not more than the truth I'm speaking. Because when was the election in Ranger time, when you watch the crowd, Ranger people them, it was very hard. You listening to me?
I listening.
It was very hard to know that the crowd that he's seeing then was Ranger part. He couldn't believe it. And he always said that if he get back in power, he's going to mash black people right down to the ground. And that is what we're doing now. Black people, wake up. Wake up.
Hold on, hold on the line. I want you to hold on the line. All right?
I hear you.
All right. My friend, this thing is not about black people or Koli people. This fight that we are fighting here is for all Guyanese. When Jagdev do something, it affects or it helps all Guyanese. And right now, unless we get off this tantrum about mashing this one and mashing that one and preaching this against that one, this is where the oil companies and all these foreigners that digging out our wealth, this is where they want us to be, brother. Unless we move away and start looking at ourselves as Guyanese and speaking as Guyanese, rather than poking this black man, Koliman thing, brother, we are not going to get anywhere. We are not going to get anywhere.
I agree with you.
So can we? So wait. So can we please begin to look at all this thing ain't got Granger and Jagdale. If you listen to tonight's program, my friend, I just tell you how yesterday the PNC had a press conference, man. And the PPP had a press conference, brother. And none of them talk about what is happening in this country. All them talking about is the same talk you raised there. About racism, about who discriminating here and who discriminating there. My friend, let me tell you something. Wait. If you put an Amerindian, he gonna hustle for his pocket. And he gonna hustle for he people. You put an African, he gonna hustle for he pocket and he people. You put an Indian, he gonna hustle for he pocket. Hey, we're human beings, brother. We're human beings. It will take an extraordinary leader, you hear me, who would stand up and say, hey, let's look at Guyana. And everybody must get their rightful share of this pie. You understand? Of this cake. And we can find leaders like that, man. Don't worry. But first we have to come off. We gotta come off this tantrum. You know? You come over a little harsh there just now, man.
But you just have to tell you, what I have to tell and explain to you is that I know it's not only African people alone, but imagine young people, you don't even care.
Exactly.
You don't even care that imagine young people also.
Well,
I can tell you something otherwise. Mm-hmm. This is how the election will come up here, this local election will come up here. The majority of people are selling on the streets. Mm-hmm. It's African people. Mm-hmm. And the day you see he try his best to see if he can win the part, the whole city clear, no sell at all.
All right. Well, I go out and I stay in your finger, brother.
Not me.
Me this love. Me this love.
I know my party, big man. I tell you, I know my party. And if you put yourself in the place, I come in for you. I vote for you.
I love you. I love you, guy. I love you, man. Thank you.
I vote for you that if you put yourself in the position,
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you, brother.
Because I know that everything you're speaking is not more than the truth.
Thank you.
And you be the empower upon a fraud.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Oh, brother. No, but I like this type of discussion. Yes. It's healthy. It's healthy. Some of us want to move away. Some of us shy away. But I like these type of discussions. And unless we yes, sir. Can you hold a moment? Can you hold one moment? Unless we sit down at the table, unless we hold a telephone conversation between two people and be frank with one another. If your eye is black, you should not be ashamed for me telling you I'm black. If mine is brown, you tell me I'm brown. If I am doing this, you must be able to tell me. If I am hurting you, you should let me know. If I am hurting you, you should let me know. Unless we begin to have these frank discussion, you hear me? This country will not go anywhere. Man, Martin Luther King couldn't say it better than that, boy. The man said, unless we begin to hold hands together, stand together like brothers, buddy, we will all perish together as fools. Yes, my brother, you're going to be the last call and you will close this program. You like roll with me now and again.
Well, tomorrow we should meet by Lenora.
Yeah? You joining me, Ballono?
Tomorrow we should meet by Lenora.
I'm glad to see you. I was glad to see you. Look out for me.
In the interior, what I'm trying to tell you, as you pass, you go see the sheriff. You will see the market whole road.
Man, I know the market all. I thought you from Lenora. You say you're going to join me tomorrow.
Yeah, me the interior. I'm from Lenore. Me the interior. But me watch you all the way you get through.
Well, could
But
you?
watch me right the bottom there, man. Me right for new program there, bottom there, man, Glenn.
All right.
Don't do me, don't know.
Thank
Watch
you.
man.
All right. I hear
Now,
you.
as you travel around, when you pass the sheriff turning out of the market, that pandit turn.
Okay.
As you pass the turning out, and you go to the other turn with the Chinese church, what them call the effect turn.
Okay.
You heard about
All right. Then
172 beneath the place there. And the 23 year, the PPP civic run this government, this country, all the two of them disappear. Only 3 or 4 of them from there. Them buck them and them make house and them sell and them do all what they want with them Chinese tomb there. Right at the turn there. As you go down now from me to go show the man, Mr. Ray, where he'll finally live. You go
No.
see that
Let me come off this thing, man. Every time Lenora and here, finale, no. We got to stop this thing. You like the program tonight?
Yeah, me like your program tonight, but
yes.
you still got bring reality
No.
to the people.
No. If finale,
That's not your
if you
program,
tell
man.
me, if you tell me if finale running from the press and not holding press conference to talk about oil.
Now
We-
you'll find
we
out all
got-
them a run for the press.
Yes.
And the president want move.
Yeah. Well, let's
That's
talk
the
about
man
that.
who be want move from there. And that's the position. You need to get blunt people who can do this work.
I hear you, brother.
Look how long she up on this thing. Then you want to tell you something? Nazima went by me. And that girl, and Julia Johnson, those girls neglect me after the PPP Civic Tech government. And never look back to me. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. We go in.
Neglect to me.
We go in 10 after 9. We gotta go.
All
That's
right,
it.
well, you take care. I
Have
look
a-
at you, man.
Namaste.
Be careful on the roadway. Remember,
Namaste.
there's let them around. What's the big truck if they gonna run into you? Be careful.
Thank you.
Good buddy.
Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
You see, this type of negative thing, you know. You tell me about big truck. My protector is the man above. Nobody ain't got bigger truck than ExxonMobil in this world. So if I have no fear about ExxonMobil, you think I worry about them little truck where you got around the place? Namaste. Enjoy your Mother's Day. Hopefully I'll be back here Monday night to give you guys another sweet program. Let's go.